News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Washington. An annual ceremony to remember those who died on September 11th, 2001 is being held right now in Manhattan.
Joseph Agnello.
David Scott Agnes.
It's been 22 years since the World Trade Center's Twin Towers collapsed. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby on how President Biden will mark this day.
He'll be meeting with members of the military and their families in Alaska on his way home from this trip. He thinks it's really important on this day, now 22 years later, to certainly remember the service and the sacrifice of all those affected by those terrible attacks on 9/11.
It was the deadliest terror attack on U.S. soil. The earthquake in Morocco has now claimed nearly 2,500 lives. Survivors are desperate for help.
We need the help because every family here don't have the house. Every house here is broken.
Rescuers are racing to reach anyone trapped beneath the debris. CBS's Chris Livesay is in Marrakesh.
They search for the living and mourn the dead. We were having dinner, said Hamid Ben Henna. I asked my son to bring a knife from the kitchen to cut the dessert, but he never did because as soon as he left the kitchen, the earthquake struck. He was buried in 6 feet of rubble.
Weather Channel meteorologist Jordan Steele with the latest now on the Category 3 Hurricane Lee.
Hurricane Lee is spinning at 120 miles per hour in the Atlantic. Now, it may strengthen briefly before moving into cooler waters. The next 24 to 36 hours, Lee is going to turn northwest and eventually to the north. The model guidance continues to agree on placement just west of Bermuda.
This week, the FDA is expected to approve a new round of COVID shots by Pfizer and Moderna to prepare Americans for the fall and winter season, just as COVID cases are on the rise again. An escaped convict in Pennsylvania has been out and about, but police can't catch him. CBS Philadelphia's Brandon Goldner.
Police say Cavalcante stole a dairy delivery van Saturday night and drove about 25 miles to a former co-worker's house, where a doorbell camera spotted him with a new look, now clean-shaven and wearing a bright green sweatshirt. He made a second attempt at another co-worker's house, apparently looking for help evading authorities both times.
He's a convicted killer and broke out of a county prison 12 days ago. At the U.S. Open, Novak Djokovic won his 4th title and record-extending 24th major championship. At 36 years old, he is now the oldest person to ever win the tournament. Opening bells in a half hour. Wall Street futures are pointing to a higher open. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 59 degrees.